सबको मेरा नमस्कार. This is International Master and FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu welcomes you. On behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Chess Session to this intermediate training session. I must close the door, it's too much background noise. Some floor repair is going on, so the noise is there. Some repair work going on. So, everybody, so I am OP, Dina Patel, Virabhadra Singh, Tara Alonso, Bastal Parikh, Tanmay Azmera, Suresh Bhai Tavada, and Parvat Thakar all welcome. I would like to discuss that my topic today is combination is the heart of chess. You know, there are, I can give you puzzles. I have given you some sessions from interesting puzzles combinations where white is winning or black is winning. But my today's topic is somewhat related but not the same. There are different type of combinations. Combination to sacrifice material or a series of moves that lead to checkmate. Checkmate combinations. That is pretty easy because you need to have a mating pattern in your mind and you sacrifice a piece or you eliminate a defender or you sacrifice a pawn clearance of space. So that is called checkmate combination. The second type of combination is also very common. You win material, you win a pawn or you win exchange or you trap the queen. So these are winning material is a second type of combination. Checkmate combination and this is winning material combination. There is another type, that is a sacrifice is given but nothing happens immediately. There is no immediate gain in the side. It is positional sacrifice or compensation, an exchange sacrifice or a pawn sacrifice or even a queen sacrifice. So we do it on positional consideration. This is a more difficult one because the player only in an advanced level they get this kind of ideas. I can sacrifice and I will have an advantage in the long run. So I would like to discuss some positions. For example, now let us have a look at the position. Now this is Sicilian c3, an interesting line. Context. Now if you play knight e4, queen a4 check, knight is lost. So black plays this. Black's idea is giving a pawn sacrifice. Now, now if you play bishop d3, you get no advantage. Pawn into pawn is just equal. Rather, black is very happy. So takes knight into pawn. Takes queen into queen. Takes knight into check. Now, it is very likely the knight will be trapped because knight is not coming out. White just needs to bring the knight to f3 and bishop to e2 or some c4 b5, king f1 and king g1. The knight is trapped and he is winning the bishop. Now he is winning the bishop and he will grab the knight. He will be material up. And after that, the pawns will be equal. The white will be having a likely winning game. So how do you evaluate the position? I want you please evaluate the position. Hello, Parth Rawal, Parth Kuntal Rawal. So here the point is now obviously we'll take it check. No, here what happened? Check. Now king into. The point is here if you take rook into, really black is badly placed. White will win the game. This white will play knight f3 and next move bishop e2, kf1, kg1, गणपत हो जाएगा. Knight is gone. But everything changes with this move. Instead of this, he plays king into. अरे ये ओवर राइट किया मैंने. Over righted. This is bad. So king into f1, ef8, king f8. What is the point? This rook square is vacated for the rook because he is preparing nf3 be2 when rook will win. So he will not get time to go in to catch the knight. So here this is black is better. Now the knight is no more trapped. For example, knight f3, bishop c4, be2, h5. Okay, you want to play h4 h3. If you play h3, I will just return or maybe bishop knight and knight g3. Now, if you play king there, then rook e8. This is the point of capturing with the king. Rook e8. You don't have time. बिशप को अच्छा जगह नहीं है और बिशप आने के बाद भी प्रॉब्लम है. So, because if you come move and go for that bishop into f3 and rook e1 check will come. So, there is no time for him to play king. So he plays bishop. On push, on rook there. Now g5. This is the combination. This is the combination. You cannot capture with the knight, piece is lost, and you cannot capture with the bishop also. So capture with the bishop, pawn push. You will never get time. Now he is simply threatening pawn takes pawn and rook e2. And now the point is after the move bishop here knight comes. Knight is coming out of the box, and you don't have time because of pawn push. What a career of the pawn, eh? A great career. The pawn is reaching straight 7. You have to give the knight, other there is hardly any choice left. And the position now black better. Black better. So, I mean, reason the player has to all this thing, it is prepared variation. However, the move is beautiful, g5. Now, after the move, suddenly everything changed. So, the variation is very interesting. Okay, I'm just giving you some more examples like this. Okay. Please note that this is an interesting alternative to Sicilian c3. c3, d6, d4, knight f6, knight c6. It's okay. It's all right. Okay. d6. Now, white should be playing happily e4. But if white is not a e4 player, and in case he plays c4, then e5. Now, pawn into pawn, pawn into pawn, queen into king into. This position actually white, I mean, cannot claim a big advantage. Even though black has lost the castle chance, it is not a great position. But black must play more actively. If the position is like this, suppose it is like this, and white has instead of pawn move, white has made another move, a developing move like g3 or like e4. White is better, clearly better. Instead of pawn c4, if the pawn is on e4 instead and pawn c2, white better. But now square has become weak and this diagonal also weak. This is too important observation. So black's correct move. Now, okay, white plays knight c3. Now, what black wants? Black wants to play c6 and king. Not the best way. You know, black should play tempo. This is the best move. Mikhail Tal and other grandmasters played this. A tempo. Then I develop very nice quickly. But let us say he plays a move like c6. What happens? Now everything changes with this move. White will play now for opening the position. F4. If you play f6, I will play knight f3, giving trouble. So takes. The position is really dangerous. The king has no more shelter. His king has no more shelter here. And he's going to get castle with a clear advantage. So, castle. Now, the pawn is attacked. You have many ways. You can play b3, you can play e4, you can play e3. So, white plays knight f3. With the idea combination, you cannot take my pawn. You cannot take rook into winning and followed by knight check. 1 second, please. हेलो मेरा ब्लॉग नहीं खुल रहा है तो मैं यहाँ से इस तरफ जा सकता हूँ इसकी है नहीं नहीं कोई वेरी डेंजरस ऐसा बहुत रिस्की है लाइफ नहीं 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 ऐसा ऐसा करो आप कपड़े में बांध के रखो मैं बात नहीं जस्ट टाई इट क्लोज और सेफ्टी से एक कपड़ा सो दैट ही इज बेडशीट सुनो मेरी बात एक बेडशीट से पानी खुल लीजिए ऊपर है आप देख से जाते हो उधर ये मैं देता हूँ Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the interruption. So here, this is just going king into knight check will come and pick up knight check. That means I am defending with the active. White is better. You cannot take it. White is better. So now you still cannot take it. Now you have to take bishop into bishop. If you take bishop, and there is too much development. There are a lot of threats. Now I have got a threat here, and I have got a threat. So you cannot defend this position. After the move king comes, then pawn e5, he is in trouble. Excuse me. So this is a bad position. So he returns to bishop e6. Now we have sacrificed a pawn, and there is compensation. There is no coordination of pieces. You cannot punish. Rook into e6 is coming now. Knight c5 comes. Knight c5 also is bad. After knight c5, he will double the rook. Pawn e5 is winning. Knight c5, pawn e5, bishop g5 check is crossing. So only move. And now bishop takes pawn. So that means we have recovered the pawn and white pieces are very active. This is not yet over. Now after this, look into. Now he cannot develop the bishop. Pawn g7. He is already in trouble. Already bishop h6 has to come only move. Now I am going to play. I mean dominate the knight. A type of this is also an art of combination. Domination. The knight is unable to return. Now if you play rook f8, idea rook knight coming there. You can play rook f8 also. You can also play rook f8. Rook f8. But then you win material. I will this. I can come here and I can exchange and I can. There is a problem on this pawn also. So these are the typical things that one mistake in the opening, for example, the mistake is playing immediate c6. Not correct. After f4 you play f6. Suppose you play here, f4 you play f6. I again gain a tempo. I gain a tempo. This will be inferior. But let us say the correct way. The correct way. Ah, yes. Clara Alonso. Hello, Venkatesan. After a long time, A.N. Venkatesan. Okay. Now, here, instead of playing this, not the best move. So, black can play bishop. Mikhail Tal, he was just playing always the most active move in a diagram. So, tempo. Now, if you play e4, the d4 square is weak. So, you play b3 is bad. b3, you get a tempo also. So, he plays in the game e3. Now, you can see that center is already well protected. Compared to the last game, there is no weakness in black camp. Black is good. Now, strategically, black should get rid of this piece. This is not so good because of the pawns blocking. So you can come here or you can exchange for the bishop. Black is good. Black has got better center and the black king in action. So I will tell you that one move changes the direction of the game. Everything changes the direction of the game. A move like c6, a move like here d queen d8, here critical movement. This is white gets better, little better. Whereas if you play b6, black is quite active. That means this exchange is useless. You will get nothing. But one move, everything changes. So let's say bishop e6. Now black gets tempo. You have to go. If you go to bishop e4, another tempo will come. So you have to go back. And now I win the he breaches the pawn and better game. So everything on one active move. Okay. Combination comes from active positions. All right. I show you to another game. Maybe here. I would take you to So this is a position that white wants to spoil the coordination of black pieces. Instead of playing the move, normal move, a check. Morning only I showed this. I don't remember. I think Taras game. So this is good position. Check. You have BD7. I come back. Bishop is not. That is not the right place for bishop. So giving a check is a good idea. Now white is already little better. Better coordination. Better center. Want to exchange. No objection. Combination comes only from a good position. In olden time, they used to try for combination even in bad positions. So now such kind of attempt will backfire. Here, this is poorly placed piece, unprotected. That means anytime a tempo will come. White has got a nice center. Arey, एक minute, एक minute. 1 second. क्या हो रहा है? What is happening? मेरे ख्याल में इसमें कुछ गड़बड़ है. This is better. This is better. Okay. So here now where I was the diagram chala. Okay. The position white stands better because unprotected piece. A tempo can come suddenly. Force queen c8. Tempo. A move like f6 is bad. White has got superior advantage, development advantage, center advantage, and active pieces. So in such a situation, you want to push further. Now the knight on a6 is poorly placed. White black's king side is also not very good. He plays rook b1. Idea rook against queen. So discouraging the move like c5. And he wants to put pressure. Next move on c4, c5. This is a plan. I want to come here. Bad move. The point is Black's calculation that combination is a sort of evaluation and calculation. Black's calculation is based. He is looking at this point. The moment you push, I will take it. I will take this. If you take knight into pawn, and positionally it is very good for Black. But unexpected move. A sacrifice of a pawn based on a sound positional consideration. So this is also a type of combination. Long-term investment takes now a central pass pawn. A central pass pawn. The pawn, and the bishop is watching. So white has grabbed the initiative and it is very active position. Black pieces cannot come to center. Rooks takes. Now he starts advancing. Suddenly the knight is unable to come. You remember Alekhine Botvinnik? Botvinnik white, Alekhine black. Avro 1938. You remember the other games where I showed Taras formula? Having problem. The pawn is advancing. D7, D8. Now, white also gives the piece. Amazing. So, a combination, it is actually, I would not say it is based on calculation. Because white has not, white has played just positionally. Black has forced into it. The game is lost. Check. The idea is knight check. All of you know that smothered mate. So knight into, rook into, queen into is winning. So only move. Only move. There is no time. There is no time for him. If you play Knight b4, queen coming and winning the game. Now he is simply threatening the idea to take knight into rook, then queen into, and then pawn queens. It is lost. You come here also it is lost. Knight into and then rook into queen into. So this is not working. Over. You cannot take bishop into and after rook into queen f6 winning. So there is no time for him. So after the move, he plays bishop and now he plays knight back. There is no more deficit of material. It is rook and a pawn for two minor pieces, and the position of queen is bad, king is bad, black king. So positionally only bad, and also tactically the pass pawn. The threat rook into bishop, queen, game over. Cannot take bishop takes, even cannot take rook takes. Now if you play rook into rook and queen here, mate threat and bishop threat. Queen f8 picking up the bishop or mate. So you cannot take rook into, and after you take bishop into, you will play check and another rook mate threat se bachao, and now check, finish. Double attack. Attack here, and another main threat is this. Main threat is to queen here and unstoppable. And by the way, on the passing, I am giving a threat. There is no time for him to play bishop because rook into knight. So this is actually based on sound positional consideration. I mean, giving a pawn, in a Grunfeld defense, this comes also. We play d5, bishop check, bd2. It comes like that. Let us see same player, Pribble versus Tal. Mr. Tal, opening part is just very normal, nothing great. Okay, so black has played all normal moves, brought the rook to center. D7 is attacked three times, two times. Now there are many ways you can come back here. This is will not get great. So he played interesting move because suddenly the rook is becoming very active against the king and against king. So he plays queen. Want to exchange queen? No. This is accepted. Restriction. Now black wants to bring his king to the center. In my opinion, the black position is little better here. Superior pawn structure and the white minor pieces are not very well organized. White's minor pieces are not in a best way. So place knight e2. Now played bishop e7. Idea the bishop cannot retreat. Now the bishop cannot retreat. So the position is interesting. My question is, can white play this move now? Because 1-2 against this. He cannot take it, and now the threat comes. So my question to you, to all of you. Hello Ramakrishna, how are you? So here, how should white play now? Can white play this move e4? Now idea e5. White can play e4. Now there is a threat of e5. What to do? White has made two mistakes in one go. Number one, this is a faulty combination. This is a faulty combination. Number two, he is inviting a player, opponent, he wants such things. Whether it is good or bad, he wants to complication. So it is a wrong psychology to go to some position which opponent likes it. A player like Carpo, Tal, will not like some dull positional stuff. He will not like dull positional stuff. But if you invite him, complication, pawn down, piece down, doesn't matter. So two mistakes he has done. Now what is wrong with this? Now white is giving a threat. What should black do? क्या करेगा अभी? अभी ये pawn मर रहा है. He is giving a one threat and second threat to win the piece. करना क्या है? How to play against French defense wing gambit? Okay, there is French defense. There is no wing gambit. French defense. There is white plays a central gambit. That is a different gambit. Okay, I will show. Only wing gambit comes in Sicilian. Okay, I will clear your doubt, Ramakrishna. Now the point is, it looks attractive. This looks really good move. This looks good because there is a threat of e5 and now there is a threat of pawn into. You can't do this move. Pawn e5 wins. You cannot do this. You cannot play pawn into pawn. Tal simply outplayed. Bishop takes bishop. So he will play bishop into pawn. So he will take. Now what has happened? He has got two pawns and a minor piece and an active position. There are now pass pawn. Two pass pawns are likely to come. Number one. Then pieces are better placed. Center. So this is inviting a faulty combination. This e5 was a bad move. E4 looks good, but it is bad. This will not work. कुछ नहीं होगा. Now black जीत गया. But I will show you the game, further course of the game. Very well played. The bishop is doing that. Bishop belongs in this diagonal to support the pawns. सब बंद. Rook into king into. It doesn't matter. He will take it. It is lost position. Check. Bishop comes and it should win the game. It should win. It is all over. You can do directly also. You can do directly because king is nearer. You can do it is all over. So whole point is the faulty combination. Okay, I give you another one. But notice that it is your evaluation. Just there are you have got normally you calculate quickly, but also in mind you can calculate. You know, mentally you can calculate also that this diagram is good. This diagram is good. I can give the exchange. Okay, another one. The same player. White is people, black is tall. I recommended this line to you. 6. Now normal players will take pawn into pawn because there is a pressure. Pawn into pawn. Then he will try to maintain the pawn. But typical tall that if you take the pawn there is compensation. Now if you take pawn into pawn there is compensation. Okay. He will come. Idea knight into bishop and then you have to play pawn push. This is bad. I will take. Now you have got two bishops. You have got two bishops and also a target and uncastled king. So this will give compensation. This will give compensation factor. For example, we should castle now quickly. Why? I don't want to run into checks. Now after that, I will start action. Maybe I will open up. Maybe I will play this. So this is a target here. So there will be compensation, definite compensation. This is bishop will come to the diagonal. Not easy, but you have to be also active style player. So anyway, but normal players should not do this because you have to calculate a lot of variations. That is why I recommend here that when he plays b3, you should take the pawn. You should just take the pawn. Take, take, and now play bishop. Now knight here. You just come here. Maybe here. Maybe queen here. Better now. I don't want to play some knight tempo. Black stands better. So this is a reason this is not IQP. Bishop c4 and castle would have been IQP. This is not dangerous. Okay, whatever it is, he played in the game bishop, and now bishop e2, take, transpose. Just want to complete development. Queen d7. Now this is bad. I want to ask you, is this a good move? You are winning a pawn. After the queen move, now you are most likely winning a pawn. So after rook move, pawn into. So queen exchange, there will be double attack. If you exchange the queen, there will be attack on the e7 also. a7, take, knight d5. You are anyway going. Rook into pawn is coming. So my question to you, is it a good position for white? e4 e6, nf3 d5, e5 c5 b4. Hello, Mukund Agarwal. Yeah. Good afternoon, Swam Das. So here, the whole point is, white is winning a pawn, but black will regain the pawn with a centralized pieces. So this is a faulty combination. Now rook into. Now I will attack. So he will have to save the piece. Now, so material is equal, but the position is bad for white. Why? Because decentralized pieces. This is decent. This is center. Compare these two pieces and these two. So this, and also I am giving a threat also. And you cannot give me your white square bishop. You can't do that. Positional it is bad. So he plays bishop attacking queen. No problem. Now queen coming, solving the problem. Because the queen is unprotected now, new threats are coming. Like this, threats are coming. So he says a problem solved. Attack both pieces, and I think that white looks good. I want you to think now, giving already a position, black has all combination possibility. What to do now? There is to attack on the bishop right now, and he is also some variations. If it is there, he can take it and go take the bishop also. One thing, a player has to have certain feeling, instinct in the mind. For example, let us say we play bishop to, let us say we play bishop to d6, d6. You cannot do this. You cannot do. It's a piece is lost. But that will not be great. That will not be so great. Rook can move, and when you go, he can move the king and like that. So that means when you play bishop d6, now bishop d6, you will have a room at kf1. f1 square, there is a room. But this is the idea is not to attack the room. The idea is to seize the control of the square. That means when the queen lands with a check, it is a checkmate. That means it is a checkmate. So he has to come. Now bishop, it is all over. He can resign now. Now if you want to defend, one piece is gone. Otherwise it is checkmate. So the whole point is, it is white invited all these things. Black did not do. Black did not do all this. It is white invited. White played unnecessarily knight e5. A faulty combination. Take, take, and now rook. Now take, take. Now this is bad. This is bad. Bad position. So the whole point is now, okay, I'll show you a game that when a player has unprotected piece, that gives rise unprotected piece, weak pawn, weak squares, weak diagonal, that gives encourages to think for combination. As I told you in the game, Ribley versus Portis, 19 moves. 19 moves, Portis fell apart. देख लो आप, देख लो ये भी वो भी गेम देख लो. हाँ, जोल्टान रिबली. अरे नहीं है, अरे भाई इसमें नहीं है, इसमें नहीं है, because रिबली is black, should have been there. Maybe I will find it here. Could be. Mm, no, it is unfortunately I don't have here. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, नहीं है इसमें. Okay, I will not waste time in searching that. Let me go to the games. Okay, what is Ramakrishna's question was? What was his question? He says e4 e6. Now nf3 d5, e5 c5, b4. I have discussed this wing gambit. I have discussed other day about when all this Sicilian, anti-Sicilian knights I have discussed. I can take it. And when you play a6, I will play knight c6. This is just bad. Because I am having pressure here. This is a good position already. Not a good idea to offer some gambit like this. Now pawn into bishop into pawn c3. It is not good idea. So after d4, knight, black has better position. I can offer this. This is okay. This is okay position. Maybe here, just a position here. I think this is okay. This is okay. This is okay. And after d4, there is pieces are not still not developed. So I don't want to play h5 knight coming there. I think this is okay. This should be okay. Bishop into knight, I will accept double pawn. Next, I will castle. And if you play some move like queen d2, then maybe, maybe this is possible. Extra pawn. I can also play bishop to f8 g7 and castle. This is also looks good to me. I don't see any problem. But he can play some bd3, bc2, queen d3. That is the problem. This is too slow. Giving bd3, bg7, bc2, castle, queen d3. These are the possibilities. So I will rather play bishop here. So one pawn is good, and also backward pawn. So I don't think it is a sound to play that gambit. No, d4 is not a problem. It is not a d4 is not a problem. 5 d4. So d4 cb a3. Now I say mc6. Now you play d4. This should not be a source of worry. This should not be a source of worry. Don't take pawn into b4. I would coolly develop my queen side. What is he going to do? What is he going? He has to take the pawn. He cannot develop the knight. I will keep developing normal moves, normal French moves. Just being a pawn down, it is having no compensation. I doubt the position. Bishop b5 cannot come. Knight into e5 will come. So just rook c8 is clearly better. So it's unsound gambit. Unsound. I was thinking you are asking me about this. After e4, e6, now d4, d5. This is d4, d5, then e5, c5, c3, knight f6. Now knight f3, then queen b6. Now bd3. This is some, I don't remember the gambit. This is white has compensation. Black can take the pawn, but white has compensation. For example, pawn into. No, maybe you should play bishop here. Now you know castle. Now pawn into, knight into, knight into, queen into. Now the white idea is to play nd2 and nf3 with compensation. So black should play here a6. Okay. Now nd2. I think the position is okay. Next you can go back queen b6 to meet later on b3 with bc5. I doubt any problem. This is okay for black. Let us see the some other game. Okay. Yeah, I have showed some lot of gambits I have shown earlier, but in this class I have selected some positions. Let me show you about combination, about possibility of attack. Then so I showed you this. Now, for example, here e4 c5. Now I will play e2. I am keeping my card closed. I can play close Sicilian. I can open that. Now this is bad. After take and c3. Now you go back d4. You take queen into pawn. Now this is a bad position. Already I have got lead in development. A queenless middle game. All are ready. And there is a threat also. Very annoying threat. And if you play a6, this position is white better. White is having already an advantage. So in this position, what he did, black played here, knight f3, knight f6, knight c3, now d4, d5. Bad. These are bad. I saw such a game in the game of white is Tibiaco, black is Armenko. Tibiaco versus Armenko. I think in that game, what he had done, he played Armenko played pawn into pawn, pawn knight into pawn, and then he did. I think this is also bad. White Tibiaco beat Armenko in Calcutta Olympic tournament. I was there in the tournament, same tournament. So this is bad. Now in this game, he plays direct. White better. Now knight queen into leading development. So if you play check, no problem. This small little things makes a big difference in the long run and in the hands of great players. For example, if the player is not strong, black will get away. White plays good move, not giving time. Welcome to endgame. White has already majority. What are the trump cards? White has already queenside majority 1. Then pieces are more developed compared to these pieces. 2 and free. So this kind of advantage is enough. I will not allow if I. Next, bishop g2 completely paralyzing him. Threat, bishop into pawn. Now cannot develop the bishop easily. The point is counterplay. If you play pawn into pawn and you have to waste a move, so rook is coming. That is why. Although he is worried that white will consolidate. He is worried. No, this is bad position. Already threat has come. C5 is a threat. It is a nasty threat. C5. Yeah, position lost. Positionally, tactically and positionally, both were lost. King in center. It is not an end game. It will be middle game only. We will lose now. Now it is a matter of calculation. It is a matter of calculation. What should you do? So Spassky took the pawn. Now it is a matter of calculation. Bishop takes pawn check. Rook attacked. Now king has to stay somewhere here. You go here. There is a tempo is coming. Bishop into rook, and a tempo will come. So king stays. Rook into. Now rook has to move. He resigned here because there is a threat now. There is a threat. So if you come here, this loses one rook because anyway this threat and this threat too. And white is happily some uh, some 5 pawn versus 2 pawn lost. So this is important. For example, a queenless middle game. A queenless middle game. Grandmaster Gligoric prepared a variation. Lot of games they do grandmaster don't reveal their analysis. Waiting for someday somebody will play. For example, for example, one second. Frank Marshall, he prepared the Marshall Gambit against Roy Lopez, but did not play because he wanted to play and surprise Capablanca. Capablanca always used to beat him, always. So he reserved that weapon for Capablanca. 8 years he waited. He waited 8 years, but Capablanca beat him on the board. On the board, Capablanca refuted. Similarly, Gligoric prepared one line, but he waited. He waited for 14 years. 1-4, 14 years. Nobody was playing that variation with him. But someday, Carpo played with Tal. I will show you that game. Queenless middle game. Ramakrishna was asking, no? Queenless middle game. Carpo Tal. Now, this is the whole point is now the e4. This is a plan. If black wants to play f5, knight f6, a stone wall type. So this is they call Marshall attack. This is called Marshall attack. Marshall gambit is Roy Lopez. This is Marshall attack. And after pawn into pawn, knight into now bishop check. Now bishop d. This is very passive. Bishop d2, and this is white giving the gambit. This gambit is good because after bishop takes queen check, bishop e2. This is very bad. Knight f3. White has got a sufficient development. So the standard move is knight h6. Now white has many moves. You can play bishop a5, weakening. You can play bishop to f8 also. You cannot take that. You can give a threat. Now you can play bishop to c3. This is also giving a threat. Bishop d6 is the main line. This is the main line. But even this is possible. Not a bad move. So here, instead of playing this sharp gambit line, which is little better for white, e4 theoretically, as on today, modern theory gives white little better. But Tal played Karpov positionally. He doesn't want to enter complication with Tal. So knight. Okay. So Semislav has reached. I will tell you the diagram which Gligoric was waiting. I will tell you the diagram which Gligoric was waiting for 14 years. So here, with the plan to play now pawn c5 and bb7 with equal chances. So I will not allow that if a threat is coming. So d5. Actually, what happens? You can play botanic, pawn here. This is old line, pawn into pawn, knight into pawn. This is in botanic era. All this thing was found. White is little better, but now counter plays come. There is some improvement. So Karpov played d5. So pawn into, now pawn into, now castle. This rook. All this is happened at intermediary move. Intermediary. This is a queenless middle game. So this is the diagram Gligoric had prepared, and he found white is having a big initiative. Gligoric analyzed it, but he did not reveal it. Only when this game took place, then Gligoric wrote an article. He said, I have been waiting for 14 years. Nobody played this with me. But now it has come. Now look here, by force, white wins the game. He comes. Now you have a problem. You cannot take that. You cannot take that. Rook c1 will win. So the only move. Now check. The only move. c4. This is the point. Even without queen, the king is subject to a vicious attack. Now all these pieces are planning to attack the king. So he played takes a4. Take. You cannot accept that pawn. If you accept the pawn, I think there is a serious trouble comes here. Mating attack will come. You cannot come on this point. Not this one. Not this one here. The line goes. How is the line going? Rook check, king b5. Yeah, it is working. Rook check, you come. Again rook check. Now you cannot come. Bishop coming, rook check. So you cannot come in. Bishop c7. Now you have to come here. Now I think this position is dangerous. After rook check. This is dangerous. Now rook check. This is dangerous. So you cannot take that pawn. Now in the game he played this. Now again a lovely move. Lovely move. Still you cannot take the pawn. Still you cannot take the pawn. For example, you take the pawn, the similar question will come. After the move rook check, line or mate will come. You cannot come here, you cannot come also, rook check will come. Again you come, then rook check will come. Again you come, rook check will come. Again there is a problem. You come bishop c7, rook check, winning the game. So there is lot of problem even now. So he cannot take the pawn. After the rook move, he played this. Again you cannot take. King into pawn is ruled out, and rook into rook is also winning. After rook into rook, this is winning the end game. After rook into rook, bishop takes, bishop takes, now king takes. You just take, and rook here. I will pick up one more pawn. Bishop attack, rook into pawn will win one more pawn. You move bishop anywhere, rook into pawn, one more pawn gone. 3-1. So you cannot go for the end game. Now after this move, he played rook. Check. So king c7 ruled out, king into pawn ruled out. You go king here, it is mating. You go king here, not mating, winning material. अब ये discover check में जाएगा. So you have to play only move, but then check the same old analysis. Mate हो जाएगा. Now if you come here, it will lead to mate. यहाँ भी mate है, knight check anyway mate. So यहाँ आओ तो ये check, यहाँ आओ ये check, यहाँ आओ market check. अभी market खत्म हो. So a queenless middle game. Okay, no, I'm showing you because I will tell you Ramakrishna. This variation I am showing you. My topic today you have not read. My topic today is combination heart of chess. I am showing you the position. Your lot of positions are there. Here I am telling you that this position is bad. So, the story of Gligoric. In the game of the month, Gligoric wrote this. I remember this. That is why I picked up the diagram. So, I will ask question. Hello, Nandini Lakhwani. I am going to ask questions. So, this is an article I am showing you. Oh, it was time for question. Bad move. You should go back now. This is the correct move. Bad move. Okay. Now, see B4. Replace this. White to play. What should white do now? Black's idea that when you play pawn into pawn, what black wants, you take. Now the rook is unprotected, he will play this. This is his idea. What should you do? So Kasparov played first pawn into creating a tactical target. Now, if you take the pawn, he will take. So no fun. It is not a good one. So what should white do now for advantage? क्या करोगे एडवांटेज लेने के लिए? Bishop g2. No, he plays bb2 first. The idea that if you play bishop here, combination will come. I will give him a bad pawn structure. And now bishop into pawn. Now here bishop takes pawn is bad because the rook is unprotected. So with this move, now rook is protected. I am not only giving a threat, I am stopping this move because of the d5. He played knight back. Depends. You have to defend the pawn. You have to defend the pawn. So defend it. What should you do now? Please think. I will write back. You have to see in the eye of your mind. No, not bishop g2. Bishop g2, you lose all your advantage. After d5, the position is totally closed. After bishop g2, d5 will come. So, what about d5 now? What about now? He played in the game h4 first, giving a threat, and now your bishop cannot develop. Now bishop is watching this. So this is bad. And now this will be a fresh target. This is a target. Very well played. You have to play. Now Tara's formula. This is bad. This is bad. The center power. एक पॉन से बहुत कुछ बदल गया. अभी you need some 2-3 moves for that bringing knight. In the meantime, I'll develop a strong initiative. Strong initiative. Now there is development. You have a problem. You have to solve the problem. Rook will lose the castle chance. Idea, I want to now open up the game. The king in center. E4, I want to open the game. Oh, king f7, only move. h5, only move. White has now got a decisive. The pawn sacrifice worked very well. Open the game. Exchanging that all is very good. So, decisive advantage for white. By giving one pawn, he has cleared so many things. What to do? Find out. What should white do now? What I am actually doing is I have taken to another higher level too. When I give puzzles, no, it is purely intermediate. When I give a puzzle, the position is leading to a puzzle. I am showing you the position leading to a puzzle. Now it is not easy to give the move d5, systematically improving, creating a tactically favorable situation and a tactical target. चेक दे देगा 180 रुपए क्या चेक देगी 180 हाँ सॉरी 200 है आपका 200 रुपए आपका तो कब तक ये नवंबर का है तो साइन कर दो हाँ ये रहा नवंबर तक कर दिया हाँ नवंबर तक अच्छा लिख दो ना नवंबर मैं लिख दूं नवंबर हो गया हाँ बिल्कुल तुम साइन करो ये या okay so here so please find out no Ramakrishna think again okay so here queen g3 where is queen g3 coming no what you mean is queen g6 queen g6 कुछ नहीं हो queen g6 there is nothing in queen g6 This is the point to sacrifice. Sacrifice. Rook. You don't allow the knight to come. Now there is a direct threat. So forced. You cannot push this. This is bad. Why this is bad? Because after this, the rook and queen will look at this. It is finishing. After knight into it will finish. Queen check, it will finish the game. Maybe here, bishop into bishop finish. Idea rook double. खत्म हो जाएगा. So he cannot play e4, he d5. After the move rook, only move. What to do now? I have taken you 2 level up, the solving puzzle intermediate level, but I have taken 2 level up. Create a tactical target. Create a tactical target. आपके पास चेक है, चेक में क्या हो रहा है? कुछ नहीं. सो यू सेक्रीफाइस फर्स्ट. तो मानना तो पड़ेगा. इफ यू प्ले बिशप टेक्स देन चेक, इट इज सेम कॉम्बिनेशन. बिशप इनटू बिशप कौन से मारेगा एंड दिस इज सेम ओल्ड कॉम्बिनेशन आई जस्ट डिस्कस्ड. सो यू कैनॉट टेक विद बिशप. आपको कौन से मारना पड़ेगा. तो कौन से मारेंगे तो चेक एंड नाउ बिशप c1. अब ये आएगा, ये खत्म हो गया. नो डिफेंस, नो डिफेंस. So the whole point is the pieces are centralized and you do not allow opponent a freedom. I appreciate the game. You see, this whole game after the move here, all this is okay. This is okay. Now this is the move. I'm talking this move. After the move, he played pawn into, and then bishop, threatening to win the pawn. So this forces. Now h4, threatening to trap, forces. Now this, the position is gone. There are three type of combination. As I told you, three type of combination. First type is to checkmate combination. You attack, sacrifice piece for king side castle, and then checkmating. Number two type, winning material. Winning material. Number three is to this kind of positional sacrifices. This is a harder one, and you will find only at advanced level. Otherwise, it is not easy. You have to evaluate, calculate positions correctly. Now, what a beautiful move. Forcing this. And now, again, good move. Threatening, threatening, again threatening, again threatening. Now, he brings knight, rook. It is finished. Everything ready. Sacrifice will be incorrect here. It is incorrect at the moment to give a check and sacrifice. Not the best. So, ready. Finish. What I finish? Okay. Now I will tell you, for example here, e4, c6, d4, d5, e5, bishop h4, e6. Now c4. Now theoretical move. Then they play here some nd7. They play in e6. They play. Now what? There are a lot of lines. h5 they play. Now in c3. These are the lines. But let us say he plays here h4, h5 has to be played. Sorry, h4, h5, then c4. Now e6, knight c3 is the line. But what happens? Bishop takes knight. Rook takes. Now queen check. Bishop d2. Now queen takes pawn. Now c5. Suddenly the threat is coming. ये गया गया ये. Queen is trapped now. It is white is doing nothing. Black is coming greedily to take the pawn. White has not played any bad move. It is black is become greedy. अब ये queen फंस गया. He will not be able to come out. For example, b5. With the idea, now the queen wants to run away. अरे कहाँ run away? रुका. कहाँ जाए? Now he will play maybe rook here. Idea. Now I want to trap again. तो वो क्या करेगा? No, I can't do that. ये मर रहा है. ये मर रहा है. So I will play knight e2. Idea now I will trap bishop c3. तो वो रोकेगा. अभी आइडिया रुक गया. अभी कौन रोकेगा? ये तो गया. So these are the things that means a player should have a combinational vision. Just a minute here. All this is theory, so I don't have to discuss anything. All opening theory. Now let's c5. So rook d1, bad move. This is bad. White is better now. So what should black do now? White do now. What should white do now? White has an advantage from opening. I will tell you, all the games I've selected, it is leading to better position and then leading to a puzzle. So now white is better. That means you have to bring the rook here. Immediate push, no, he is having knight d5. So he brings rook here. So that now this is winning material. This will win material. e5 next. So he comes knight e5. Otherwise I will play e5. Bishop attacked and so only move. Now f4. E knight d5. This is not great now. This is not so great. Knight into knight will, the bishop is protected by queen. But then nd5. The idea is not getting really material. The idea is getting a huge positional advantage. Now all white pieces को central में तैनात करके रखा है. So this is natural. अभी ले लो. I will get my piece back. अभी ले लो. I will get my piece back. Take. Bishop attack, queen attack. So if you play normal moves, now any other move pawn into with a big advantage. Even if you play queen exchange, I will take and pawn takes with a big positional advantage. ये खेलेंगे. अभी ये मारेगा. This is very bad. A pawn on the sixth house and superior minor piece. Bad position. Positionally lost. So he decided to give the queen. But this will not work. This should win. So what I mean to say, a player should have a feeling for center and centralization. Now the position after rook e1, after rook f4, here knight d5 is just bad. Other moves, now this is double attack. So you cannot do, castle position will be broken. I will break the castle position. Same Garpo Anderson, I am showing another game. This sounds little premature to me. White is better. The simple solution. Garpo wants to play a superior. Anderson was a great endgame player, no doubt. But if the position is bad, even a great endgame player क्या करेगा? Even if you bring the very strong endgame player, the position be some pressure, you cannot defend easily. So cannot exchange. Now knight move. White has got an advantage. What else this move becomes? What should white do now? What should the white do? Hello, Dr. Senapati. Good afternoon. The point is, you need to have a tactical vision. You need to have a tactical vision. Vastal Parik says rook d1. No, rook into pawn is winning. This is simple winning. I pick up one pawn, I come back. You cannot take that because bishop into win the rook. So the whole point is now if you play, this is a combination. If you do not play, I am going to take rook with a clear plus minus. The position will rook there. Thereafter, knight pawn c5 will come, f4, f5 will come. White is clearly better. Now you try to drive, rook into pawn is coming, game over. Another Karpov Anderson game. Basically, this is not the correct move. More accurate is this. This is equal. This is ambitious but bad. Refusing to exchange pieces. Not the correct move. Okay, it doesn't matter. Opening is not issue. Now he has got bishop pair, white. Knight into pawn will easily equalize. After this move, bishop takes and theoretically you will get nothing. Take, and then queen will come. And next queen check, pawn attack. Everything is equalizing quickly. White is marginally better, but why should you do that? He played bishop here. Attack. Now close. I will go on to take the pawn. Now rook d1 will come. Not allowing the knight to come to c5. Plus. Okay, getting an advantage and then exploitation. Rook. Giving a threat. You have to notice the combination. Now the bishop is unprotected here. So this is a threat. Attack and attack. Two attacks. I will give not a mate threat, a mate only. It is a mate threat now plus attack. So you have to stop that. So he said, I do. Other moves are bad. You play g6, positional weaknesses. So took, now knight. I want you to players to find out how to handle the position. I was really means when I saw the game first time, I saw the game maybe something like 45 years back. Okay, maybe 40 years back. So this is still very fantastic game. Wolf Anderson had been good at middle game, then he would have easily become a world champion. No doubt about it. I agree, Birabhadra. If Wolf Anderson was good in middle game, he would he would have become before Magnus Carlsen. Another Carlsen would have been there long before. He would have been better than Carlsen. If he was good in middle game, he would have been better than Carlsen. The problem is Karpov was good in end game, and Karpov had an extra advantage. He had a team of grandmaster working for him. So Anderson was all alone. So here white got a clear-cut superiority. No, 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 no. No attack. No attack on the king. The position you cannot attack. There is a guard. There is a guard near the king. So the whole point is bishop come here and then you start queen side majority. Action. Good move. Good move. The game demands action on queen side. Now there is no coordination of pieces. There is no coordination. No d5, nothing. There is a problem now. He has got a lot of problem. Restriction of the knight. He cannot tolerate. Next e4 is coming. e4 then दब जाएगा. After e4 the position दब जाएगा. तो खेलो भाई. हो गया. Pass pawn. निकली गई. Simply दबा रहा है. 2-1 majority. 2-1 majority हो गया काम. अभी for example count there is not many pieces left for attack. Black has insufficient pieces for a king side attack. Now he is threatening a check. हट गया. Now he is threatening king, rook, queen coming. Camel in the tent. A camel in the tent. So don't allow this. You are winning. The pawns are too much. So just stop this. So rook. हो गया काम. अभी ये तो अनस्टॉपेबल. अरे ये कुछ नहीं, जस्ट फिनिश. कुछ नहीं, ध्यान मत दो. A6, A7, A7 खत्म. कॉम्बिनेशन. अभी मारेंगे तो पॉन क्वीन हो जाएगा. So the whole point is the original maneuver. I have not seen another game like this. What the originality. So bishop coming here, it's amazing, amazing. Normally a player will not leave his king side bishop there. The point is white has recognized the king is safe. There is no black piece can harass the king. That is why it is. Lazos Portis. Same, bishop check, stop, come back, white better. Now check, castle. Idea e4. White is better. So d5. He wants to take the pawn. He wants that white should go back. No. Initiative. Power of the pieces. What a power. The power. The queen's activity. The knight activity. इतना सब है. और rook also. Rook also. Ready to come. Ready to come. Now check. Your king is weak. Material factor secondary. King is weak. How should white play now? What will you do? Where will you go? Feel for open games. Feel for open line. Feel for king position. Somebody, please find out what should white do. Knight अभी गेम में नहीं है. Before the knight joins, you have to wind up. ये knight अभी गेम में नहीं है, तो तीन मूव. White has the move, that is one move. Knight comes back into the game in two moves. Queen d3. The Ramakrishna, this is the move. This is the move. You have to take, you cannot decline the sacrifice. And now knight. Suddenly, he is having so many threats. Knight, rook is coming here, the queen is coming with a check, and then rook will join with mate. Line, get open. The knight is nowhere. Somewhere, if the knight was here, everything changes. If the knight was near, that is why a guard must be there near the king. There must be a guard. ये तो खत्म हो गया. So, yeah. बोला चल कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं. चेक. अगर एच फाइल में गया तो मेट, एच साइड में गया तो मेट. If you go to this side, if you go to H line, knight d7, knight f7, or knight d7, mate. So only move. Mate. Only move. If you play king here, e8, mate in one. Mate in one. The only move. If you cannot move, if you come king here also mate, king here also will lead to mate only. So only move. And now basically we have got rook, and there are 3-1 majority, bad king position. Two heavy pieces, and this is as if not in the game. Threat is giving a threat. 1-2. Threat. Check. Abhi khatam. Now heavy pieces are there. The king position is bad. The idea is to bring now next rook and mate. कुछ नहीं कर सकता है. अभी किधर भी गया तो मेट होगा. You go here, rook g3, rook check mate, rook g3 mate. ऊपर आया तो क्वीन चेक. अभी नाइट बीच में डालेगा, क्वीन g4 चेक. अभी नाइट डालेंगे इधर. ये नाइट अगर रखेगा तो मेरे ख्याल में क्वीन g4 इज नॉट द करेक्ट मूव. आई थिंक रूक चेक. दिस इज द करेक्ट मूव. खत्म. यू मस्ट सरेंडर द क्वीन और गेट मैटेड. सो दिस इज विनिंग. सो हियर इफ इट इज किंग. अभी क्या रखा है मैदान में आओ. तो दिस इज फन. लॉट ऑफ फन. अभी क्वीन बीच में डालेगा, क्वीन d5 में मेट हो जाए. So the whole complex is the all problem comes. ये जो है प्लेयर जब भी रखते हैं ना ऐसा पीसेस को अरेंज करते हैं ना, you must talk. General of the army. When you are playing, you are the general. You must dictate. Rook go there, bishop go here, queen goes here. So here when you play a move like knight a5 here, this move, this move. This is the main reason for all the problem. For example, here you should come maybe here, bishop coming here. This is a much more stronger resistance. This is much more stronger compared to this. No, maybe here rook here. Whatever you, but this move is just going out of action. And this unexpectedly. Anatoly Bhai Karpov is black against Portis. Portis was beating Petrosian left and right. He was beating Russian players because of his excellent preparation. They devoted, very hard worker, very serious person. So, Tal and Karpov, they used to hammer him. Fortis. Okay, the position is normal. Opening. Queen's Indian defense. I guess this is not the right move. This is not the best move. You should play normal move like c4 and c3, d4, whatever. So he has played something funny. The idea sometimes I can give a check and knight check. If you play time pass, bishop check will win the game. Check, knight check. अभी king किधर भी जाओ ट्रैप हो जाएगा. So you have to worry about the check. Making a room for queen. Black is better. Better in center. Bad move. I tell you, in the last diagram, the knight को a5 में रखा bad. This knight b3 is poorly placed. एक बार वो Topalov lost to Kasparov badly. He said, I lost the game because my knight was on b3. In my life, I will never place my knight on b3. अभी आप बोलेंगे क्या कर लेगा, हाँ? तुम क्या कर लेगा, एक दो मुंह में आ जाऊंगा. वो चेस में एक दो मुंह नहीं मिलता है, नहीं मिलता है. देखो ये आया भाई टेम्पो. सो मारो, मारना है तो मारो. Then I will improve my position. I will play A, B and make you give a backward pawn. You take, then C5, clear better. Positionally, this is clear better. You take, next C5, double on the A line. Rook A7, Queen A8. मजा करेगा. Next Rook A7. So, you cannot take that. So, you have to play knight. देखा वो knight B3 को दोबारा मूव किया. Knight has kept moving. Third knight move. चलो C5. Go. अभी नाइट d6 एक मूव. नाइट हैज टू मूव. दिस इज द फोर्थ नाइट मूव और वापस नाइट मूव हुआ. दिस इज नॉट अ सेफ स्क्वायर. नाउ हियर आई विल प्ले नाइट थ्रेटनिंग knight into bishop, double bishop advantage. I want to take it and give double bishop for me. So उसने बोला मारो, कोई बात नहीं, knight into and now queen. Suddenly वो दोनों knight को अटैक है और यहाँ आएगा ना एंथोनी. मार्क एंथोनी स्पीच रुक इनटू आ जाएगा. ये तो खतरा खत्म हो जाएगा. सो यू कैनॉट प्ले नाइट. दैट मीन्स यू हैव टू कम. अरे यहाँ क्या रखा है, इधर मारो. सो द गेम इज लॉस्ट. अभी मारना ही पड़ेगा. अभी अगर ये कुछ करा तो ये बिशप आ जाएगा वापस. सो मारा तो रुक इनटू पॉन. एक और पंच, एक और पंच, खत्म. अभी एंडिंग इज लॉस्ट. एंडिंग इज लॉस्ट. कुछ भी नहीं रहा. When I ask question, you are not answering. So I give you time. Next time I will give you time. Maybe I should do so this. So this is called Camry spring. अभी the variation you can play now semi Slav. आप ये भी खेल सकते हो, हाँ? Or you can play Camry spring. Camry spring, it is a solid line. It is playable. I would say E4 center counter is playable like that. Camry spring is good, but if white knows the correct move order, white is little better. Now, white has to play ND2 for advantage. The queen is watching the bishop indirectly. Indirectly. So, pawn into pawn, you get nothing. Pawn into pawn, knight into pawn. Then I am giving a threat. So, you get nothing out of it. So, the correct move here, queen a5, ND2 is the correct move. white is better. Whatever black will do, white stands better. So in the game, this is world championship. So pawn into knight into. So threat. Now you can play bishop b4, rook c1. So he plays knight with the idea. Now he wants to play bishop here, knight here, and take the pawn. This is the threat. See, if you delay, suppose you make a move like this, I will play bishop here. Now you can't play a3 is not a3 is not a threat to me. So I will take bishop into knight and knight coming to a4, or maybe knight coming direct a4 also. So he decided to play here knight into. Black has equalized. Already black has equalized. There is no bad piece. The bishop is free. This bishop is free. So position white did not play more aggressively. So pawn into pawn gets nothing. Pawn into pawn here. This is not advantage. This is the strongest move. Strongest move. In this position, maybe you can play bishop here. It is possible. Possible here. Now on rook here, maybe you can or something. How it happens? Okay, I will show that game where black wins a piece, white loses a piece, and the white is a grandmaster. So I will show that game. I will show you. So in this game, this is very easy position. I will go to the position directly. So here, black has got a better position. So what should black do now? Please think. It is a prelude to the puzzle. Puzzle आने से पहले ग्रैंड मास्टर लोग एक विजुअलाइजेशन करते हैं. इन द आई ऑफ द माइंड, मन की आंखों से वो लोग देखते हैं ऐसा ऐसा हो रहा है. Eye of the mind, they visualize some diagrams. I will write back from Vasu. Think. So here D4. Mukund Devar says D4. So he played in the game F6. The reason is that king gets active taking a squares, and now knight getting ready to expand the pawns. Black better. Black is better now. Now, knight. This is the point. If you play pawn into pawn, you get really nothing. After pawn into pawn, you don't get any advantage. So, a fantastic move. Now, not only I am attacking, now I am threatening to enter. Now I am threatening bishop into knight and winning. So, only move. Again, suddenly you can see I am controlling lot of squares here. And now this is just coming a threat. This is a threat. So many threats. Check. हो गया again. Lost. You cannot do anything now. You lose material. Knight check, winning the bishop. Knight d3 check, bishop is gone. अभी मारेंगे तो पहला चेक आ रहा है. बेसिकली ये जो लाइन है, देयर इज नथिंग. ऑल दिस लाइन nd2 व्हाइट. ये जो है कैमरी स्प्रिंग के लिए ये क्वीन f5 nd2 व्हाइट इज बेटर. फॉर एग्जांपल you play this move. This is not good. Not a good move to go and give material. He can ignore this threat. अभी वो इग्नोर करेगा. सपोज यू डू समथिंग, आई विल इग्नोर दिस. तो मारो, मारा. अभी ये मारा, अभी कैसल किया. अभी कैसल करेंगे तो रूक b1. व्हाइट इज क्लियर ऑन टॉप. अभी आपको एक क्वीन ऑलरेडी मेड 2 मूव्स. अभी क्वीन को और 2 मूव करना पड़ेगा आगे पे लाने में. अभी ये प्रॉब्लम है डेवलपमेंट. सो इट इज नॉट अ वाइज डिसीजन टू गो आफ्टर सच ग्रीडी मूव्स. माइनस है. व्हाइट का क्या क्या एडवांटेज है? बिशप पैर है, रूक ऑन द ओपन लाइन, सेंटर. व्हाइट हैज गॉट बेटर सेंटर, डबल बिशप, ओपन लाइन. एंड ये इसका क्या, ये बैड है, ये बैड है, ये दिस इज ऑल बैड. नॉट गुड, नॉट गुड. अरे ए, नॉट गुड. So this is nd2. nd2 is correct. White gets definite small plus. Of course, you don't have to take the pawn. There are other moves. For example, white can play pawn. Black can take pawn. तो ये मारेगा force move. अभी आई मारेगा. अभी you take bishop into pawn. Sorry, bishop takes pawn. Now I want to play e5 3. I want to play b6 with the idea to play bishop a6. So this is a possibility I am talking. All right. This is white better after nd2. White is plus equal. But white did not play. He was afraid of some improvement. He was afraid some opening preparation at home. All right, I leave this. A nice game. Now, the whole variation stopped. Karpov had many victories with this. But after this move, he did not repeat. और कार्पोव का एक और बात है. He was superstitious. He was superstitious. In every match, he was losing the 16th game. हर कोई मैच में 16 नंबर का गेम वो हारता था. So this is the 16th game of the match. तो हार गया 16th game. This is the novelty. Out of blue, knight. I will get the pawn back. So he will defend. You playing bishop c4, it doesn't work. Bishop c4 is not good. Not good. On account of b5 and bb7 will come. So b5, bb7. That's why he played a modest move. Castle. So the pawn game में बच गया. The weak points is that this he will not be able to come out. ये दोनों पीस बहुत देर तक नहीं आएगा. अभी निकलेगा कहाँ नाइट? अभी दिस इज टारास फॉर्मूला. ये निकलेगा ही नहीं गेम में. बिकॉज बिशप एंड नाइट वॉचिंग द स्क्वायर और ये नहीं आएगा. सो ही प्लेड रूक. आइडिया नेक्स्ट मूव नाइट विल कम. एंड आफ्टर दैट वेयर द नाइट विल गो? रिडंडेंट नाइट. Pressure on f2, pressure on d5 and threat. Basically, I am afraid the whole thing is home preparation. But even then, it is beautiful. जाना तो पड़ेगा, पिस्तौल बचाया, मारा, उस जाओ पीछे. अभी नाइट को स्क्वायर कहाँ है? Where is the square for the knight? Because if you play a move like knight e2, you have to take into account ये g5 g4 आएगा, इसका क्या होगा? क्या होगा? So you have to play knight. Now this is an again good move. Suddenly he is paralyzed. You know, this knight, ये जो है ये स्क्वायर सो ले लिया, ये रूक्स आर बैड, नाइट सो ले लिया, अभी क्वीन हैज पैरालाइज्ड. कहाँ जाएगा? क्वीन का कोई स्क्वायर नहीं है. दिस टू रूक्स टेक अवे स्क्वायर्स. सो दोनों रूक हिल नहीं रहा है, क्वीन नहीं हिल रहा है, नाइट नहीं हिल रहा है, ये नाइट नहीं हिल रहा है, ये बिशप भी हिल नहीं रहा. नथिंग इज मूविंग मैन, कुछ भी नहीं है. यस यस, बिफोर द गेम ओनली. वो 16 नंबर है ना, उसका एक जिंक्स है. 16th गेम वाज हिज जिंक्स. हर मैच में 16 नंबर गेम हारता था. Yes, I will show, Ramakrishna. I will show. But already we are running out of time. So I will show another day. How to play good moves against French exchange variation. It is just bad. White gets nothing in that. Okay, let us have a look. कुछ मूव नहीं हो रहा है. Making a room for bishop. Nothing. Now the knight has no square. No square, no square, no square, no square. वो completely paralyzed. ये 5 पीस हिल नहीं रहा है, हिल नहीं रहा है. नो स्क्वायर. तो a5 आगे क्या है? सो एक स्क्वायर मिला. ही गॉट फाइनली वन स्क्वायर, बट दैट इज बैड ऑलरेडी. हो गया. कौन मारा, कॉम्बिनेशन आना चालू हो गया. d4 से चेक आएगा, गणपत हो जाएगा. चेक खत्म. नाइट g4 आ रहा है f2 के लिए, डबल अटैक. सो नाइट g4 के बाद ये चेक रोकेगा नहीं. सो ओनली मूव. Otherwise, queen has to knight check finish. Only move. Check. Only move. And winning the queen and winning the game. So, रशियन वर्सेस रशियन मैच में क्या होता है, और कार्पो को हेल्प किया बेंको चाहिए है, और कार्पो भी प्रिपरेशन किया बेंको चाहिए. रशियन गवर्नमेंट किसको बेंको, और रशियन गवर्नमेंट वाज हेल्पिंग कार्पो. Russian government was helping Karpov because Karpov was a member of the Communist Party. Kasparov was not a member of Communist Party. Karpov was an active member of Communist Party, and Kasparov was a half Jew. He was actually originally his name was Gary Weinstein. Weinstein. तो उसको नाम बदल के कास्पारोव करा दिया. So he was not a pure Russian, half Jew. तो कार्पो वॉज अ प्योर रशियन, एंड रशियन कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी का मेंबर था, तो उसको गवर्नमेंट का सपोर्ट था, सारे सब कुछ था. सो दिस इज अ फैंटास्टिक गेम बाय गारी भाई कस्पारो. बेसिकली आपका मैं बहुत गेम रह गया. सी, यहां से लेकर कितना, 1 2 3 4 5 6 गेम रह गया. सो आई विल शो यू टुमारो. 6 गेम्स इज टू मच टू. नाउ इट ऑलरेडी 4:30 क्रॉस कर लिया. एनीवे, फ्रेंच एक्सचेंज रामकृष्ण का आइडिया में दिखा लेगा. फ्रेंच एक्सचेंज, हाउ टू प्ले फ्रेंच एक्सचेंज वेरिएशन. e4 e6 d4 d5 ed. This is just आप अभी देखो, अभी आई विल शो यू सम गेम्स. एक्टिव मूव. नाउ C4 थ्रेट है. नाउ C4 is a real threat. This is not going to work. Now I will take bishop C5. ब्लैक इज एक्टिव और ऊपर से S3 इज अ सेल्फ गोल. ये जो मूव है ना, ये इट इज अ सेल्फ गोल है, क्योंकि वीकेनिंग द स्क्वायर, द बिशप विल कम गोइंग टू कम हियर अगेंस्ट दिस पॉन. सो एमिंग फॉर द वीक स्क्वायर. आ गया केयरलेस ND2 खत्म हो गया. अभी पोजीशन इज माइनस है, वैसे भी माइनस है, और ये इसके बाद गेम फिनिश. ये थ्रेट है, एक डायरेक्ट थ्रेट है. बचाओ उसको, बचा सकता है तो बचाओ, नहीं बच पाएगा तो उसने बोला ऐसा कर दे. बचाया, क्या बचाया, रुक आ गया. अभी एक बचाया तो दूसरा दूसरा गेट खुल गया. F2 मर रहा है तो बोला क्वीन एक्सचेंज करेंगे. अरे कौन सा क्वीन एक्सचेंज, नाइट इंटू क्वीन चेक आएगा, रिजाइन. So the whole point is, in this game, the idea of S3 was bad. So very actively played C5, knight here. This is bad, bad move. So bishop D3 is a common move. So I can play C5. This is the correct way to play. I can play bishop D6. Now knight. The idea, if you play, then it will run into pin. This is not getting anything. Castle, if you play, he will play castle with the idea bishop G5, bishop H4 and bishop G3. White will get, black will get nothing. The maneuver after castle, bishop will come with the idea, he will come, and then this there is absolutely no advantage. कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. So this is better to play knight E2. Now BG5 is bad. F6 आएगा कभी ना कभी. So ये आएगा. Idea queen D7, knight D7. Threat. Bishop into F3 is a threat now. Threat. Bishop into S2. And decentralized knight. एक तो ये बेकार है और थ्रेट बचा. गुड मूव. अरे नहीं, समथिंग इज रॉन्ग हियर. Something, don't you think he can take? I think this is not correct. Bishop and bishop is free. Probably this is, sometimes they feel the wrong data when they send the data. I'm sure the bishop was at H4, H5. So this is not the correct move. Bishop and bishop is free. So yeah. Just imagine the bishop is at H5. Just imagine that. Yeah, now the bishop was H5 and he has played this. So it is a typo error. Type error. Black is better. The position, white pieces are passive. Black is better. The point is what happened, I will tell you the problem. I will tell you psychologically. A player looking for a clear-cut initiative in the opening, you cannot get that. French exchange variation, you have to play, look for weak squares and weak pawns or tactical targets. आपको बस इक्वल खेलते रहना है. You should know that white have lost advantage. You should think on equal terms. So this is bad. ये नाइट 3-4 मूव करके बेकार जगह में पड़ा है. So surrender. सेंटर डबल करेंगे, मारेगा तो प्लस प्लस. व्हाइट इज ब्लैक इज क्लियर बेटर. आलेखाइन और कापाब्लांका ऐसा होगा तो किसको हेल्प करोगे? फिर मान लो आलेखेन और कापाब्लांका ऐसा होगा। तो नॉर्मली दे विल गवर्नमेंट विल सपोर्ट जो उनके साथ देता है, जो बोलता है गवर्नमेंट का जय जयकार करता है, उनका महिमा मंडन करता है, जो उनका महिमा मंडन करेगा, उनका जय जयकार बोलेगा, तो उसको सपोर्ट करेगा। तो उनमें से कापाब्लांका आलेखाइन में अभी वेरी वो तो कम्युनिस्ट नहीं थे। आलेखाइन वाज एक्चुअली कम्युनिस्ट बट वेंट टू फ्रांस। कापाब्लांका वाज कम्युनिस्ट फ्रॉम क्यूबा। बैड। So C4. This is not good. White will have some mobility. So knight. You take, my knight will sit down there. Ready to castle. Now if you take knight into knight, I will be happy to play against a weak pawn. Better. Forced to play. Already got an advantage. Superior pawn structure. Thoda thoda advantage. You cannot get a winning position. Forced. Forced. Now if you take, there is development advantage. Castle नहीं होता है, and these are all ugly moves. Rook d8 and is almost winning. Bishop a6 threat, rook d8 threat, bg2 threat. So इसीलिए you have to play castle. King. So material equal, you can see who is better. अभी there is no need to discuss who is better. Knight हिलेगा जैसा मैं check देगा. Knight का हाथ लगाएगा तो check देगा. Knight ये भी win है. What is wrong with check, man? Check में क्या गलती है? Don't you think it is win? No. Check he has got again back. Check is winning. I don't see what is wrong. Oh, there is a rook here. I cannot give this check. Okay, all right. Red thread. Yeah, minus plus. Superior minor piece, bottled up rook. Rook bottled up one active pieces. So this plus minus plus. So this is what you get. The French, there is no clear cut thing. You have to play actively. Okay. So I just showed you the some 2 3 model games. I hope that would be sufficient. Okay. So all right, friends. I will see you tomorrow morning. ये 6 गेम रह गया मैं कल दिखाएगा. These are really good games. कहाँ से यहाँ से रह गया, यहाँ से यहाँ तक निकोलिक ताल निकोलिक तक ये सब गेम रह गया. आई विल शो टुमारो. तो सबको मेरा नमस्कार. टेक केयर एंड बाय. हैव ए गुड संडे. एंजॉय.